Well, I got almond, right? Okay. So there are almonds all over here, and if you have not gone to Lifta during almond blossom season, which is like March, you're missing out because it is spectacular. Right? But right now is green almond time. So these, if I open them up, they're like right on the verge. They're going to start getting hard. If I were to chop into one of these, the shell is not fully formed yet, and the nut, the part that we usually eat, is almost just a jelly at this point. And they're for sale right now. I saw them at the Shuk the other day. They're selling them here. So you can just nosh on them. Like I said, these are on the verge of starting to form a shell inside, so I don't know how good they'd be just raw. But you can just eat them. What I like to do is pickle them, and that's kind of a traditional preparation. And they have a really interesting texture because you get a little tiny bit of crunch from the outside, but not too much, not like a shell. And then you have this like jelly in the middle that has a naturally lemony sort of a flavor. Very, very interesting. Turkey is really fond of these, and they also candy them and do all kinds of different stuff with them. So interesting preparation. Now, there are bitter almonds here in the forest as well as sweet almonds. I'm very familiar with this particular tree, and I know that it's sweet and good, and I've used it before. But there are a lot of bitter almonds. Now, bitter almonds are also used, but not as a food, more as a flavoring. So if you've ever had like dessert that was flavored with almond extract, or marzipan is flavored with bitter almond, and it's used in that way. Now, that bitter almond characteristic taste and smell is also present in the seeds of peaches and the seeds of cherries, and it's a sign of the presence of something. Anybody know what that is?
Something toxic.
Yeah, cyanide. Okay, so again, remember that therapeutic dose? Okay, amount is everything. So a little bitter almond in your marzipan tastes fabulous and is not going to hurt you. A whole meal of bitter almond, you're getting quite a dose of cyanide in there. Probably not a good idea. All right, apricot bits have cyanide in them, and they've been used to flavor jams and things. In fact, a lot of the Russian population here, especially the Georgian population, does that, and they'll do these fruit preserves, and they put the apricot kernels in the jar with like whole apricot halves and stuff in syrup, and it adds that almondy flavor. And again, in a small dose, that's not going to hurt you. It's just a flavor, but in a large dose, it's cyanide. So this is
How do you spell cyanide?
C-Y-N, C-Y-A-N-I-D.
Yeah. Also, how many of you have heard the word laetrile before?
Mhm.
Laetrile?
Heartburn.
It goes back to our generation.
Yeah.
There used to be some people would actually have to go out of the country in order to treat it for cancer by taking laetrile, which comes from the apricot.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what Lada's talking about here.
Yeah. And that's interesting because often something that in a bigger dose is completely poisonous is actually therapeutic. It's not just called the therapeutic index for no reason. There's a degree to which it can be really good for you.